Hi everybody, some dumb guy here. Welcome to a special episode. This is what I'm gonna deem my 150 subscriber celebration episode. I initially intended to do a 100 subscriber celebration, but that flew right past me without even realizing it happened. Something I realized in my limited YouTube career here is that notifications of new subscribers to my channel is few and far between. I think I get a notification from YouTube about a specific subscriber maybe 1 in 10 times. So, as I think I'm increasing at a very much a snail's pace, I pop in and check, and I'm well below 100. Okay, well, I'll start thinking about maybe doing a little video, about this. And then next thing I know, boom, I am well past that. I'm like in the 130, 140 range. So, all right, well, it seemed a little bit late to do 100 celebration. So I thought, you know what? I will skip that and I will move that to 150. Well, lo and behold, here we are. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who has not only subscribed to my channel, but for those of you who are watching, whether you've subscribed to me or not. Particularly, I want to thank those who have interacted with this channel with me, who have left comments, who have clicked that little thumbs up. I thought I'd take this opportunity as well, because I am relatively new to this process. I've been doing it for less than a year. Today is November 14th. I started this channel in March of this year, completely from scratch. And I didn't know where it was going to go. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if I was going to be successful at this. It is 100% complete experiment. Flying by the seat of my pants here, really, when it comes down to it. My intent, first and foremost, with this channel was to take a very, I'm just going to call it a lowbrow approach. Build something from the complete ground floor up. So what am I? Basically, I'm just a guy and an iPhone. Okay, so I bought a mount to secure my iPhone so that I could actually do some recording. And, well, that's pretty much it. Me, my iPhone, I might occasionally engage my iPad here for some visual reference or secondary source to be able to look something up while recording. My TV, which is opposite you on the other side of this here, I record a little bit of footage directly off that. There's no computer, there's no fancy editing software. There is a kitty, though. Our SumDum mascot. We must say hi to her. Everybody loves Sugar. Say hi, Sugar. Does she look happy? I don't think so. We must acknowledge the kitty. Nothing fancy here. And that's on purpose. Where this thing will go, what it'll do, I don't know. I decided that I wasn't going to invest any real sum of money into equipment that may or may not be worth the investment, worthwhile for me to do. And I intend to leave it that way for some time, regardless of how well this plays out. And why is that? Because it's a hobby, and because I'm curious to see if I can make something moderately successful out of this without all the bells and whistles. I don't think it's really necessary, but it's still something as an experiment that I want to try. So here we are. My intent with this whole channel overall has been to support my love of movies, my love of television, but more importantly, my love of physical media as a whole. Because in a lot of respects, it's something that's on the decline. As a market, as an industry, numbers would tell you just the opposite in a lot of ways. I do check in on that kind of thing as far as sales and production and so forth and so on. But for the average, and I hate using this word, consumer, it's not what it used to be. Gone are the days where you can walk into many a store and browse and shop and find a new movie or television season or show to purchase and take home. My local Walmart, pretty much out of the game at this point. I have a couple videos on the subject. Target, even worse, if they even still contain anything at all. I haven't been in a Target now in quite a while. Best Buy, out of the game entirely. Barnes & Noble, sure, it's an option if you want to consider it that. But apart from, let's say, a Criterion or Arrow sale, it's not economically viable, to quote a phrase from Falling Down. Their prices are outrageously high every single time I've been in there. So will I walk in there to make a purchase? No. Recent experience with Barnes & Noble's left a bad taste in my mouth anyway. So I would like to prefer dealing with Criterion, giving my business directly. I think it's better for them, because even if you're paying the same price, Criterion's going to get a bigger piece of the pie than me purchasing for the exact same price at Barnes & Noble. So that leaves boutiques and online resources. I had a little kitty hair on my nose there. Excuse me. So boutiques and online resources are about it. And it's not my preferred way to shop, but it does allow access to products that the physical stores, even at their peaks, did not. When physical media purchasing and or collecting has become more of a niche market, sadly, things have scaled back. And so that's where I go. And streaming isn't something that I do at all, ever. I have no streaming memberships whatsoever in my name, or that I watch. Everything that I watch, if it's not in a movie theater, comes from my library, my physical collection. Even as Netflix did away with their DVD rental program, which I was a member of from 2006 all the way up until they terminated it in 2023. That was my go-to for checking out new titles that I had no familiarity with prior to purchasing. And they went away. Redbox, hey kitty, was an option until their failure, which I knew was coming, but I didn't know if that's actually a complete done deal. I stopped doing business with them in 2021, I believe, as an option, because on 3 separate occasions I went to my local Redbox to do rental, only to find out my account was canceled. All 3 times I reached out to their customer service, and all 3 times received the exact same response, that my account was canceled upon my request. Never happened. But imagine standing in your local grocery store on your cell phone in front of the kiosk, trying to find out why you can't rent a movie for 45 minutes each time. I got fed up with that. They decided for whatever reason their system didn't want my business. If they don't want my business, it's not worth reestablishing every single time. So I walked away from them. And then I lost Netflix. So viewers on my channel will often see the abundance of blind buys that I engage in my collecting, and really is a direct result of having no other access to test out a movie prior to buying it. Now, obviously, that is in large part of my refusal to stream. I don't plan on changing that. I think the streaming industry is very detrimental to the movie making and television making business although probably not so much television because it's almost a substitution for network and cable TV. But as far as the film industry goes, there's a lot of movies that have been produced that I have never had an opportunity to see because they went straight to streaming, bypassing a theatrical release entirely. I don't know how much money they're leaving on the table, but I do know that pretty much every company but Netflix is putting billions of dollars into their streaming services, and they're losing that much because their subscriber content, their views, their ad revenue, it's just not there. So all the people that are promoting streaming as the way to go, it's not creating an industry that thrives. Of course, we also have the aspects of streaming, of censorship, of editing, of productions that get dropped and move from one service to the next, the drop of a hat without warning. And we as viewers being put in a position where we either subscribe to everybody or we're bouncing around like the happy bouncing ball, chasing after whatever we want to watch on a regular basis. And I think they count on that in a lot of regards, because I've heard, so many tales, I'm sure you all have, of people subscribing to these services, using them briefly, almost forgetting they exist. That subscription keeps going and you're billed month after month after month for something you're not using. And they count on that. They count on you forgetting. I choose to bypass all that by owning, by having in my possession and having the ability to watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it. I have a library that I'm proud of. It's not huge, but it's large. I can put an example of it right here from my Blu-ray.com library that the site graciously allows us to document our libraries, which makes shopping a lot easier when it comes to duplicating a title. It's a handy reference to look something up real quick, make sure it's not already in our library, before we make the bad mistake of purchasing it again, which I have done prior to discovering that website. So that is that. So when I created this channel, it was to celebrate film, television, and physical media. Along the way, circumstantially, I found myself with some unintended relationships with local wildlife. And I thought it would be fun to document that. I thought it'd be a fun little variety on my channel to post videos. The response that I received from all that has been, for better or worse, the driving force behind my channel. I don't know how to respond to that. It's great. I love it. But my main purpose here is not what's driving traffic to my channel. And it's not something that I can maintain indefinitely. As I said, it was largely circumstantial. As I have shifted back to my main intent, of course, my viewership has not been there. Will I stop? No. We, as YouTube channel content creators, so to speak, should always be making what we want to make and allow that material to find its audience. Does that mean we can't shift or change or adjust? Not at all. I always welcome feedback from anybody that's viewing my channel, and I have received some, fortunately. But it leads me to an interesting position for my channel, because doing what I do isn't gaining me the viewership of the other half of it. And so no doubt the bulk of my subscribers come from where the bulk of my views originate from as well. And that's perfectly okay. I just always aware of, as I shift to my primary focus, how that will affect my growth, my viewership, or even just my current counts. I wouldn't blame anybody for deciding to unsubscribe because all of a sudden the little fuzzy animals that they come to watch, they're not there on a weekly basis. I'm still going to carry on as intended. And when opportunity presents itself, I will also indulge in the fun furry friends because I like fun furry friends. You got my fun furry friend right here. We're going to soldier on, we're going to continue and see how it happens. Right? Right? She's adorable. She's my little rescue. Anyway, I would like to in the future expand on this rather than sitting here in my living room and saying, hey, here's what I bought this week, or hey, here's what I watched this week. I'd like to expand on that into some other areas of news, of aspects and issues within the physical media community, the collector community, but always staying within the realm of discussing movie and television first and foremost. So, for those of you that are watching for that, I appreciate you. For those of you who are here for the animals, I appreciate you as well. And I hope you'll stick around either for them or for some of the other stuff and see. But for the time being, that's where we're at. And we'll see at this point how things progress. But regardless of any of that, I wanted to take the time to thank each and every single one of you, regardless of why you're here, and explain what my roadmap is, what my intentions are, why I am the way that I am and within my content, why I do it the way I do. You can't sit still, can you? So now that I have, and here we are. So hopefully I will see you all sometime in the very near future. We'll see what happens for that 200. I'll keep a better eye on my subscriber count, and we'll see just how far or how long it takes us to get there. You have any thoughts, any suggestions, anything you'd like to see? Please let me know. I will always encourage interaction on this channel. The one thing I really don't ever want to do is, like so many other YouTubers, I don't want to ask for likes. I don't want to ask for subscriptions. I don't want to ask you to share my content with people you think might enjoy it. You're all free-thinking individuals. If you want to like a video, like it. If you just want to dislike it, hey, there's a thumbs down button there too. If you want to subscribe to my channel, great, thank you. If you don't, that's all right. If something I do appeals to you and you think it's going to appeal to somebody else, feel free to share it. But I don't want to be one of those people that ask for it, and I'm going to try to avoid that. I don't know ultimately if it makes any difference, if it helps, if it has an impact on any of you. I guess I'll ask that question for those of you who are still here after 21 minutes or whatever it's been that I've been talking. When you're watching YouTube content, does it have an impact when a YouTuber asks you to like and subscribe and share and all that stuff? Does that have any influence over you? Does that impact what you do, or do you just do it automatically? Let me know. I'm really sincerely curious because I know it doesn't for me. I'm going to like a video if I like it. I'm going to subscribe to a channel if I want to continue to seek them out in the future. And I will share when I feel like sharing with the people I think will want to share, see whatever I want to share. Feel like that requesting thing just doesn't quite, it's not for me, not for me. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up, and I'm going to try to edit this down to something a little bit more comprehensive because I've been just kind of rambling and meandering or whatever, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to say here. I thought about scripting it out, but I've never done a scripted video either. I like to keep things free form as much as possible. So apologies for that if that's not your thing. But we're going to go, and thank you once again for each and every one of you, for each subscriber, for each view. It's encouraging. For each comment, it's increasingly encouraging to continue on with this. Here's to 200, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you once again. We'll see you in the next video. You all take care. Bye-bye.